Hello everybody, Steel Creed here, and I have not been as consistent as I said I would be. I have got Path of Exile footage and I still have plenty to put up, but I found myself banging my head against a particularly irritating boss, which just happens to be one of the first major bosses of the game, and I got slightly embarrassed, and that may have resulted in the fact that I didn't really keep contributing to the channel. So this has been dormant for a few months, but I'm determined to get it started again, and to try and see this project through, and to do that I have chosen a game which I enjoy very much. This is Startopia. It's recently come out on Steam, but I have played it for many years now. I can't remember when I first got it, but I have it on sold-out software disc. Can you remember those vintage classics? But the point is that I thought I'd try a game that I very much enjoy and record through that. So this is Startopia. It's a space station simulation game. Very much a comedic sci-fi look. It's kind of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the game, to the point where one of the voice actors was a narrator on the audiobook of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which is quite something. It's something that I really enjoy playing. It's got a lot of personality. The character that it communicates is brilliant, so I thought I'd take you through it. This is going to be something of a let's play plus walkthrough, because I do remember the best ways to complete these missions, and I have completed the game before, but it was a while ago, so I'm not sure necessarily how well I will do this time, but very difficult to fail, so let's get right into the game. These are the tutorial missions. You do not need to play them. You can if you really haven't grasped the basic concepts of the simulation. It teaches you about the basic building and moving your camera about. If you're having difficulty with that, then by all means play the tutorial, but I think we're just going to go straight for Mission 1, the Groulien Workers' Party. Let's jump right in. Goodbye, little ship. I love that little guy. Alright, welcome to your station. I'm moving about with the WASD keys at the moment, but that was introduced with a recent 1.01 patch that the people at Monkeyfoot were nice enough to release even after their studio closed down, which is good. So, let's get started with our introduction from our friend Val.
This glistening before you like a jewel is the Groulien way station. I welcome you to it. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Val.
Hello, Val.
A virtual artificial life form. It is my task, and possibly my pleasure, to assist you during your time at this way station.
How very polite of you. He's a very polite AI, and in no way like that other owl that you might be thinking.
The mission assigned to you, if I may be so bold, is as follows. Your employers, the Groulien Workers' Party, require you to turn this way station into somewhere the asteroid miners can relax between their arduous shifts.
Fairly simple.
I shall be on hand to aid you, of course, and I wish you luck, speed, and freedom from stupidity.
Yep, that seems entirely fair.
Nothing will enter or exit the way station without a docking
Well,
port.
that is true. We don't have
You must build
many
one
facilities
with the
at
hard
moment.
plan crate provided. 2 crates containing scuzzer droids have also been provided to aid you in this task.
Scuzzers! There are little builders.
When you've completed
When
it,
they
vessels
appear.
will be able to connect with the station, and cargoes of goods or people can arrive or leave.
Which is handy.
It's vital, so you should start its construction immediately. Immediately, I said.
Yeah, alright, I'm getting to it. Right. So, the camera has very nicely pivoted to actually show us where the hardline crates and droids are. However, I'd recommend opening these top left tabs first. This one lets you basically adjust the camera angle. I apologise if I cause motion sickness, but I just love moving the camera about. You click on this little orb thing to move it, and you can change up and down with this level. And this little tab that you can open up here gives you an entire map of the station, which is a kind of a big donut shape, and shows you the various decks, but we only have access to the one deck at the moment, so these are your crates. Everything in this game comes in crates. This one is the hardplan crate, which is more or less the most basic kind you can get. It contains the plans of the various buildings you can construct, automatically ready packed for you, so what we're opening now is a port, and I think we should place the port. Efficient use of space is important in this game. You can't put it there. Let's put it here. That seems fair. I think we have enough room for other things over behind it. So, we've got a hardplan crate, but how will it be constructed? Well, we have these guys. Hello, boys. These are scuzzers. They're maintenance droids, builders, and various other things, recyclers. They also do maintenance on the various facilities, so they're basically your staff, or very basic staff. So if you move with me, we shall observe them constructing here. Good job, boys. So this is our docking portal up and running. Apart from this docking portal, you may have noticed that we also have an energy collector, which is this big thing here, and a power booster. Now, an important concept to realise in this game is that your money is your power. Each sort of credit, or E you have, which stands for energy, produces a little bit of energy on its own. So if you actually overspend, you run the risk of causing blackouts because you have no energy. Something to keep in mind.
All species need to rest sometimes. It's a universal truth. So I suggest you build a berth containing at least 5 sleeping pods.
Got it! Somewhere to sleep.
You'll need to use the hard plan crate provided. There will be no sleep until you've done it.
That is true. And if you ever need reminding of your objective, Val will helpfully include these little gold-bordered messages for you.
Your objective is to build a berth with at least 5 sleeping pods using the hard plan crate. I trust this will not overtax your abilities.
Oh, Val, your cynicism is something I wish I could achieve. Now, the berth is slightly different, and this is a blueprint hard plan. So rather than simply plonking it down, as we did with the port, we actually have to turn it. We actually have to define the area that it's going to occupy. Now, I like to make it, your berth specifically, 5 by something. What this allows you to do is place a door at each end. So if we look at our doors, I like putting extra doors into rooms. It gives me a sense of efficiency. You know, you get people in, and then you get people out. And it's all very simple, because I don't like people hanging around, damn it. Litter someone else's station. Okay, and we have the space to place 2 rows of slumber pods, and these are what our alien visitors will use to actually sleep in. This is pretty much your most basic sleeping building. You can get others, mostly in the forms of hotels that goes on other decks. But for the moment, we had what is basically amounts to, like, little storage containers. Not the most comfortable things, but they'll do for the moment. And Groulien salt hogs aren't very picky. That's what our little scuzzes build away. They build everything through the power of welding. Welding is supreme. Okay. And it is complete. You can also add little aesthetic details. I don't know how much effect they have. They do have some effect. But I prefer just to use space a bit more
is required. These units sanitize, refresh, and clean anyone entering them.
Which is handy.
Some races are cleaner than others, but at least with a Lavatron, you're giving them the option to divest themselves of all the germs, goo, and unhygienic horridness that they may be caked in.
Lovely.
Again, you'll need to use the hard plan crate.
Yes, this is why you don't need to do the tutorial missions. The first mission is very much baby steps when it comes to introducing concepts to you. So this is our Lavatron. It is not just a space toilet, it's a combination shower, washroom, and various water closet type device. But the sounds coming out of it are suspiciously lavatory-esque. So we shall place this... Can we fit it here? No, that's going to be a bit too much of a squeeze. Let's expand. Let's give our customers room to breathe. I'm going to put it over here. We're also going to save our scuzzers some time and actually beam them up. You can do this with pretty much any non-living object. Oh look, we've got our first visitor, who's just climbed into a storage crate. Good-o. But yes, these are going to be our customers to our space station. The basic storyline is that this takes place after some horrific intergalactic war, at least according to the back of the box. You wouldn't actually learn this from inside the game. It's not very story-driven, to say the least. We are tasked with renovating a series of derelict space stations drifting about in space. And we renovate these stations by making money, attracting visitors with our fabulous facilities, and generally trying to spruce the place up a bit. But what has Val
Things seem to be going well. My fears that you'd be a disaster appear unfounded.
Yay!
Way Station Zeton Setoyi imploded a while ago when its supervisor unprimed the flux discharge tunnels, and the static megaburst instantly turned the place back into star stuff.
Ooh.
No, don't worry. The design of that place was nothing like this.
Okay.
Not a business. You must construct a dynamat using the hard plan crate.
Go for the flux discharge.
This will feed the population. At least until it gets much larger.
We're now going to construct a dynamat, which is our basic Star Trek-y replicator, so it looks much prettier. Now, bit of advice with placing dynamats. These things generate a ton of litter, like a ton, and Startopia AI isn't very good at depositing it in wise places, so it's best to build it with a few squares of space on each side rather than, say, right next to your facilities in the corner. What this will allow you to do is have space for litter bins. We won't probably be getting many litter bins in this particular level, but they will become extremely important in the next level. No spoilers, but it's kind of vital that you keep an eye on your cleanliness levels. So this is our dynamite. I love the design of this game. It's very cartoony, it's very charming. And I'd actually say for quite an old game, it's aged pretty well. You know, it's because of those cartoony graphics, it holds
Your
up quite
droids
nicely.
are working hard. As I have to say, are you. However, you don't need recharging, and they do.
That is true.
A droid
Oh, right,
recharger
all
is your
discusses.
construction task. Unless you are denser than an embryonic anti-quasar, you'll know by now that you'll need a hard plan crate to do this.
we got that. I am no quasar. I am no quasar. So this is going to be our recharger. Our droids actually use energy themselves, so every so often they need to go get their batteries sorted. Now this is a very, very small facility, and I like to put it in a corner somewhere, it has to be said. So we'll stick it over here. I know that's far away from where the droids are currently, so let's give them a bit of a hand. Now look at our droids. You see, this is the energy over here. This is energy, and this is how much they need for sort of a maintenance checkup, I believe. I'm less concerned about that, because the recharger basically functions to do both, like fix them and give them a bit of a power boost. Now, you see this? This is the kind of thing I'm talking about. I mean, the Scuzzers will clean it up, but just piles of litter.
Congratulations, your progress is certainly impressive. An impartial observer might comment that you have the luck of the roulette playing Decapus of Axis Prime.
Indeed. I was thinking the very same thing myself. Damn that Decapus. He owes me a lot of money.
Supervisor, your lack of ineptitude is a blessing, so it's time to open a new segment. This will give you a new area in which to expand.
Okay, a new segment then.
Congratulate yourself, but not for long. There is much to do. You are aware of how the hard plan
Yes, I am aware of how the hard plan crates
operate.
operate.
To construct a wealth of new units. If I wasn't so cynical, I'd be quite excited at the prospect.
I would as well. So, the camera once again helpfully shows us that we can open up a new segment. Now you can see these segments over here in the top left. This is basically the entire shape of the station. If you actually open up the segments all the way around, you will come in back on yourself. So, normally they cost. This is giving it us for free because it's the first mission and it's being extremely kind to us. But opening a new segment normally costs a lot of money. And you know how I was talking about cleanliness? Some people just can't look after their space stations. Yeah, I'm going to assume it's something about the litter valve.
A recycling plant is urgently required.
Yes, it
Efficiency is everything in space. By recycling, you'll convert waste, almost any waste, back into energy.
Our Scuzzers are going to
Four
try and
salt
make an
hogs
effort.
are required to work the recycling plant, but more of that later. Your first task is to build it in a useful position.
It is indeed. So, we have the hard plan crate. We shall construct a recycler. Now, if I'd been allowed to place every single facility, I'd have probably been able to fit it into this segment, but I can't because the energy collector occupied a really awkward place right in the middle. So instead, we're going to put it over here. Now, I don't think we're actually going to be in any kind of position where we need to expand this any further, so I'm just going to plonk it right here. Now, we can give our Scuzzers a hand. Let's actually beam up some of this rubbish. Now you can see this is what's called our pattern buffer. It's where everything goes once we've beamed it up, and I do mean everything. It occupies that space, and there is a limited amount of space to occupy, so you have to kind of keep an eye on that. Beaming up stuff. Our wonders of space teleportation, and I'm using it to fetch food wrappers. Thank you, thank you. Oh dear. It comes up with that red highlight when you're trying to beam up something but you can't. You, for example, beam this up. Oh no. No, just won't allow me. You can talk to your guests, of course. Hello, Mr. Groulien Salthog. Faffy Kipbodge. He's from Grim, a boring planet in the Gruul system. His criminal record is none, and his special interests are saving the Finray. Because you know those Finrays are important.
Good. The recycling plant is built. But as I said, you need 4 salt hogs to operate.
We do.
Hire them using the hire menu. Remember that although it pays to get the best, it also costs.
Aha.
Let's write that down. It's a useful saying.
You know what? I should be writing more stuff down myself. I mean, everything I say is just golden. Right. So, oh, cool, look, space vermin. Actually, they're kind of cute. I like their little smiles. Hello! Actually, he's kind of grim looking. I didn't see the spot on his back. Ugh. So, remember when I said the Scuzzers were our staff? They are not our only staff. We can also hire aliens. We do that by right-clicking on them and pressing this button. The symbol of our station appears above his head, and he is now an employee rather than a visitor. Now you might notice that when we're actually in the little alien view, there are 3 statistics called skill, dedication, and loyalty. These are extremely important to your employees. Skill is how good they are at their particular job. Dedication is how long they'll actually stay working at their job before they need to go somewhere for entertainment. And loyalty is how long they'll keep to their job without desiring a promotion, which means you'll have to spend more money on them. What's interesting about Startopia is that you don't actually pay your employees regularly, because you are a heartless taskmaster, and this entire game operates on Victorian work ethics. Instead, you pay them when you hire them, and you pay them whenever you promote them. So, we really want the best. So let's look through our list of visitors. Baki Kuli's Wazak looks particularly good. He is, however, sleeping. We can fix that. Teleporting the berth up. Ah! Camera does occasionally go a bit crazy. See? High skill, iffy dedication, and high loyalty, but he's good enough. Unfortunately, workers of a particularly high caliber will cost you more to hire, but it's generally worth it, I think. He's pretty good. He's 2 stars on everything, which means he's pretty good all round, and he won't cost too much to actually hire. So we get him. Now Val says we need 4 salt hogs to run the recycling. You probably only need about 2, but 4 allows you to run it regularly and at maximum efficiency, allowing you to convert all that crap that everyone is dropping back into precious credits, which then give you extra energy. So, low skill, but his dedication and loyalty are great. He's the kind of go-getter we want. Go-getting pig man that we like. Groulien salt hogs are a race of very much the industrial working class of the Startopia universe, which makes our Victorian work ethic all the more tragic, really. I'm sure you can imagine them speaking in Cockney accents, and they will. Kind of. We'll get to that later.
Supervisor, why not help your Scuzzer droids by beaming up rubbish and junk and dropping it directly into the recycler? Or is such a menial task below you?
Ooh, we've been visited by our favourite trader.
Who are you? I am familiar with our way station supervisors from the Groulien world through the 6 voids right out to the Calvian black hole.
All over places.
Must be you.
That all have to be the
In
east end
which
of space.
case, I am a Ronadar, most respected of the free traders. Delighted to meet you. Anyway, I'm in this sector offloading some late vintage mucus wine.
Delicious
As
mucus
I have
wine.
a couple of Scuzzer droids I
favourite.
don't require. I thought I should give you first refusal. You'd be getting a bargain if you took them.
Yeah, he's actually selling them very efficiently. So, Arona will occasionally come by. He's one of the traders, but he's the only trader you can get access to without having to build an extremely large facility, which we will see later. He's the only one, apparently, with a matter transporter. So he's one of the few traders who you can buy stuff from all the time. Let's keep picking up crap and tossing it away. Hello, Val.
As supervisor, I must demand your immediate attention. Some technology crates have
Ooh,
arrived,
technology
and I
crates.
insist that you open them without further delay.
I like
Today
these.
reminds me of the Groulien Festival of Grimbus, when a random selection of gifts and low-grade toxins are handed to the youngsters, who either squeal with delight or choke as their ventricles are temporarily paralyzed.
Oh, I love Grimbus. So, with that gift of technology, I shall put a break in this video, and I shall see you later where we find out what is in the mysterious boxes, and will we celebrate Christmas with toxins or gifts. I shall see you soon.